welcome you all to this CMD waste session. Instead of Mr. Shemendra Nath, who could only join online, I will be sharing the session instead of him. And my co-chair is my good friend, Dr. Siva Kumar. He will be the co-chair of this session. So we just start with the first presentation. It's Dr. Gaurav Batiani. He will tell us something about the economics regarding the C&D waste and the valorization.
So first of all, thank you to GITAM University for organizing this session, and also to Dr. Christian for inviting me. So I am a history buff, and I passed out from IIT Roorkee in 1994, and I grew up in Delhi. This is a building block housing complex built by CPWD, whom we have had pleasure to collaborate with. This is 1994. I grew up in one such house. This is how it looked. This is Kidwai Nagar, and this is how it looks now. This is what the new metro looks like in Delhi. And before Shamendra complains I am talking only about Delhi, this is the Mumbai airport, 1994. In the last 30 plus years, 35 years since 1991, the record shows we have grown over 6%, and we continue to do so at least for the foreseeable future. That is the forecast. And again, this is Mumbai, the new Mumbai Trans Harbour link, which now looks like this.
Importance of study. This research highlights the importance of community-based waste management in enhancing family environment, especially in smart city contexts where rapid urban growth necessitates sustainable practice for environmental and psychological well-being, family dynamic, and the mental health. While smart cities emphasize technology integrating eco-friendly, community-oriented programs can promote sustainable urban growth.
We are going for the EI report or the generation of EIS report. What the people are saying, those are the owner of the industries, they are not giving the proper data at the affluent also. So, and if we are not having the proper data, then we can't go for the LCA application. So that is a challenge for the LCA, we can say, and which is a very important thing. Next. This is one of the calculations for the global warming potential. Actually, I am having so many industrial waste water treatment, and I had taken so many parameters also. But as I had going to the literature of review, and I had just discussing in the theoretical aspect. So it is just a calculation which is given. Realize the MBR for the different industrial effluent, so that we will get the more efficiency of the wastewater. Thank you.
As of today, our university is 45% solar. So 45% of all of the energy that comes from Florida Power and Light is actually coming from a solar farm, which is something that is one.
2 minutes remaining.
Perfect, thank you. We're moving, hopefully we're going to move this up to a little higher because there is a local university that's at 100%. So even though my circle is a small circle, it's got the fewest number of members, I think we're actually moving ahead and we're having some tangible results. So I'm happy to say that we're going to continue doing this for the following year, and hopefully when I'm here next year, I can report on some more positive changes. And that's it. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zavadska. Our next speaker is Afira Ayalon from Israel.
If you didn't see till today, I urge you to look at the shopping conspiracy on Netflix. This is exactly what we should be talking before Black Friday, which is going to happen tomorrow. So we need to change everything we think of and everything we buy and everything we consume, and try to think differently.
So what did you have in mind when you started working on this?
Okay, I have in mind. So I will be honest here. So when I was doing my master's, I did my thesis in waste management in unauthorized colonies and slums in Delhi. So I find out a solution that okay, we can manage it. But when I was a pursuing master's student, I was studying about the sustainable cities and all. So a mind, issue case, how I'm going to reach that, sustainable community or city. Because if I am managing and the waste is going, out of the boundary, so that's mean I'm not managing. I'm giving a load to another dump site. So the whole idea was to think about an infrastructure which is robust, which is friendly to the community level. Because if we are able to cure the root problem at a community, definitely we can reach these big terms called sustainable cities and smart cities.
Was mentioned continuously by providing the live platforms each week which have mentioned the blocks regularly. After the 4 weeks, it has a slight crack feeling on a block. Hence, it has this tendency to clear the cracks in the concrete. Stem and EDAX images of the blocks also done. From this stem image, we can concrete powder as shown in that. It clears some fibrous mass has been formed on the crack on the surface of the concrete. This is under the microfilms of creates the formation. The confirmation can be made by means of EDAX.
In February 2023, Mexico City Congress passed circular economy law. Okay, why all this long list of activities regarding circular economy? But it has been adopted by the government in Mexico and prepare the road for what is coming and what has been adopted. But after all of this, if we look at the SWOT analysis on the adoption of the circular economy in Mexico, the strengths that we see is that there is a legal framework.
Of this study focus on few specific companies, so the findings might not be generalized to other companies. This study is completely based on secondary data, so this could make it little difficult to measure the actual impact of adopting circular economy practices in current or real life situations. As with corporate self-reporting on sustainability initiative may also be subject to biasness. Future scope of the study. This study is based on conceptual research, which is not covering all the qualitative and quantitative aspects of the topic. A deeper exploration of how circular economic practices affect the company's financial performance, consumer behavior, technological integration, policy and regulatory impact, integration with other sustainability model is also needed to be studied. Thank you everyone.
They are inhibiting the groundwater recharge. Means really the people in that area of the even government, state government is not finding any solutions. Means it takes a lot of time to decompose, because of the lignin and cellulose. Okay, sometimes they use it for the bedding material for the livestock, but still they take a lot of time and no help further use. Okay, pine cones and others, they can use some decorating stuffs. But yes, as such for pine needles, yet is still. But yes, we can discuss that what the ecological things that you mentioned. We can be in touch and we will discuss about it.
Good morning. I am ARK Alex from the School of Environmental Studies, USAC, and here I am presenting a part of my PhD work. Assessment and policy solutions for plastic microbeads from personal care products in the Indian market. What are microbeads? Microbeads are intentionally added plastic particles of size less than 5 millimeter, but usually in the size range of 1 to 1000 micrometers, and they are mostly made of polymers like polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene. But polyethylene being the predominant polymer type identified across studies. They have various applications in cosmetics, personal care products, agriculture, 3D printing, food supplements, medicines and medical devices. But the most popular application is personal care products. So why are they so
popular because of their durability, inertness, affordability and moldability. And what do? Is they provide exfoliation effect, that is the scrubbing action to remove the dead skin. Then they are used for aesthetic purposes to improve the visual appeal of the products. Then to maintain viscosity, film formations, and also they act as vectors for actives. Why are they a problem? Due to their durability, they circulate and accumulate in various environmental compartments and biota, and they cause biomagnification and act as potential vectors for harmful contaminants like persistent organic pollutants, heavy metals, and their small size leads to accidental ingestion by the biota mistaken for food.
Data set you are collecting from 3-axis vibration measurements from industrial machine. So data is collected both immediately before and after scheduled maintenance. The data collected after scheduled maintenance is assumed to represent normal operating conditions of the machine. Now here the data from the before maintenance can represent either normal or abnormal condition. The data, each axis is stored in a separate column, saved and unzipped the data set.
Mr. Dinesh Kumar and
from GITAM University, and my topic is sustainable practices for dairy effluent treatment in India. Before entering into the topic, let's get into what is actually happening in the effluent treatment practices in the industry perspective. And we are still looking into the industries. They are having the effluent treatment plant in the basics of primary, secondary, and tertiary effluent treatment practices, and they are going for anaerobic, aerobic treatment. And only few industries are updating into batch reverse osmosis and other kind of technologies, but still they are in a preliminary stages. They haven't adopted to the modern technologies. And specifically dairy industry, which is one of the most predominant sector in India, one of the highest milk producing country, and also most of our economies depend upon it, which is like 5 trillion it's making of Indian rupees, and 8 crore farmers depending upon this sector. But it is one of the most polluting sector. You can go into the numbers. An average production of 1 liter of milk is actually consuming 10 to 20 liters of water. So what we have to look into this topic, like where this water can be disposed of, and what kind of treatment could be adopted, and what other things can be needed to be treatment of the effluent. So when looking to this Environmental Protection Act of 1996, this is the only act which is being proposed for dairy effluent treatment plant in dairy industries, and still being followed, which is haven't upgraded yet. So policy is here lacking in the sector, and followed by what are the treatment practices which is being used by the industries. As I mentioned that they are using anaerobic and aerobic treatment processes. Though it is being proposed like giving an efficiency of 95%, but it has a 5 days of retention time, even longer. And it also creating a lot of problems in terms of the quality of the effluent which is being disposed of, like BOD concentration, COD concentration. Those things are need to be also be monitored. Well, adoption of the technology for the treatment of the effluent, but it's not being done only because of this following regulation, which is still not being updated. Okay, just move on to this. What is the demand in dairy industry? Like this sludge production from the current effluent treatment practices, which is followed by the industries, it is also producing excess amount of sludge, and that the sludge is being moved out. For example, if you are considering dairy industry plant, we are having excess amount of sludge, and it consists of enormous amount of nutrition, sir. As you know that you are from water sector, you all know that how much amount of nutrition which is being in that one particular water, like whey proteins and other things are there, but it is simply disposed of into the disposed of as landfills. So it automatically creating a leachate problems and other things also. So what it could be done, and the modern where is the modern technology is failing off. Like we have number of presentations today, and we also have gone through number of papers also. But where we are lacking in terms of updation of the technology, like why the water treatment sector is still lacking in terms of upgradation of the technology to meet the modern needs. So this is what my topic is about. Yeah. So I have explained most of the things, and my aim of the study is to articulate and aiming enhance the sustainable practices and performance of the dairy effluent treatment plant, which is basically what we can do to address these issues.
However, as the following steps or elements just to be as effective as the others. Number 1, identifying each and every air pollution source within the facilities, the type of air filtrant, and the activities associated with it. It may range from cleaning, or operating and maintaining boilers, motors, engines, up to the simple task of cleaning or removal of dust from any object within your facility. Number 2 is substituting these sources of pollution, activities, and types of pollution by non or less harmful ones if possible.
So we believe in ahimsa, and we are creating so much himsa virus for the creatures around us. Yes, please. So, how to handle it? Within 4 to 12 hours, when we handle our fresh remains, leftovers, this will become a great resource for. This is the solution that we have, and this has to be done in a decentralized way, not in a big place, where we go and put and then expect someone to do it for us. Yes, please. So once we start doing it, we know the effects of it. Since it is not done properly, suppose in a place like that we can't have cattle, then what to do? The cattle can, instead of using it for cattle, we can have a manure. So the green manure can be used in agriculture. In modern agriculture, what is happening? Yesterday, government friend had talked about it is a Sri Lanka problem. But then the problem is with us, in our hands. You can see, soil degradation. Soil is already bad. Then you go on putting more urea, more NPK. It becomes even worse. Instead, all our manure can get into our farms. This is a big, very big solution that we have. So we get in turn very good food. So, a small thing that we do, segregate at home. So segregation is the only solution, so that we get healthy food. Then a lot of unemployment in the rural areas can be solved. The more and more youth from rural areas get into towns and cities just to get some unemployment, get employment. Yeah.
You are from some NGO, right?
We are from an ashram, sir. We are not.
Ashram?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's in Paratipur.
How big is this?
We have 1 lakh population.
1 lakh population.
Population in the town, and we also work in the rural areas.
Okay. And you have shown one photograph of cow.
Yes, sir.
Dead cow.
Yes, sir.
And with
That's
lot
not
of.
from ashram. That's not from the ashram.
Yeah, because in my opinion, that doesn't happen. So it may happen that it was there, and this is either riverbed or ocean, bay, offshore, and it may happen that whenever the water flows, a lot of kachras are coming, and that is accumulated over here.
No, sir.
It may not be from the stomach.
No, sir. I can give you many evidences.
No.
Yeah.
This evidence, are you sure that these
Yes, sir,
all
exactly.
kachras are within the...
I can show one more video where
this
entire jungle had many such
I am
carcasses.
just asking you.
No, it's not from
Because this may be at least 3 months or 6 months old.
Yes, sir.
During that time, these kachras, this cannot be in this shape.
They have pulled
Which
it,
was
sir.
inside
Our
the-
people,
which was
one
inside.
Mr. Srinivasan had pulled it. Because to pull it also it was very difficult because the cow has the habit of ruminating the waste. So the entire thing became a big tight
So
knot.
you think that all these were inside the stomach of
Yes,
this
sir.
cow?
His stomach in a very tightly, like a rope it was. So they pulled it apart. They did lot of research. Not only, there were more than 60 such carcasses.
Oh.
They were not buried.
Good. So if it is really real picture, then it is really a point of concern.
Yes, sir.
So can you send me some if there is any case study of you or your people, so can you send me one with all the photos like this?
Yes, sir.
Please.
2 days ago there was one cow which died in our area. If you can do postmortem on that cow, you can find a lot of fresh plasma. The stomach was so big till it died. I couldn't give it a short
Excellent. So what my request is, you have an ashram and you are, finding this type of problems. So what action you are taking from your ashram so that it doesn't happen in your locality? Any action plan?
Yes, not only action plan. We have been working on that. To start with, we have taken one village called Veda, where that village is going to be zero waste soon. And we have started working in Parvatipuram and surrounding areas also. We have been going to schools, colleges and also self-help groups. And some self-help groups have come forward and some we have good number of volunteers who go door to door and educate
the awareness,
yes.
Right?
Initially there was a lot of ignorance and apathy from the official side.
Okay, very good. And how far from, what is the location of your ashram?
It's 140 kilometers from here as far.
Which side?
Towards Raigad.
And which city is nearer to you?
Vijayanagar, next to Vizag.
It's in Vijayanagar.
Yes, not in
Vijayanagar. But nearby.
Yes.
Okay, I may be visiting Vijayanagar maybe in 2025 sometime, because Vijayanagar, a number of schools were interested to implement the mission. That's my school mission. So that time, if I get time, I may visit your ashram also.
Sure, sir. Before you visit, we will become zero waste.
Excellent. So you please keep in touch with me. My phone number and email all are there. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Madam, the second slide you have shown that many is that it is ugly, it is dangerous, it is dirty, it is staying unpresent. How do we address this?
Immediate disposal and then processing. That's the only solution. If I leave that banana peel here till tomorrow, you will feel, you will not feel like handling it.
Okay.
Suppose I give it to cows within 4 hours, still a food for it. So immediate disposal, source segregation, then immediate, someone has to do it, should become an essential service. We have, waste management has to become an essential service. Then only we can handle it. Otherwise, we will keep on developing new technologies, add more waste. So it will become never-ending saga. Thank you.
So as you know that we are in the second day and the first, I think third day in fact, the first 2 days were highly successful. So any success, any conference success depends on the kind of support from the collaborators and sponsors and participants and delegates. I think that is the kind of success, right? The spread of message, the word message goes anyway just because of these kind of efforts. So when we started this whole exercise 3 months back, right, I think we started scouting who are going to be the best partners, who can be a best sponsors for this kind of thing, for this kind of big event. So we sent a mail to Dr. Sachinarayan. So he is a founder of Laurus Labs. The moment I think I sent a mail, within a few minutes he immediately responded saying that I'm there and I'm going to sponsor this much. This is a kind of great response we have seen. Such a big man, I think the Laurus Labs is one of the largest pharma companies in India. So they responded, they supported this cause, and they've been helping, and they are the pillar. Even their CFO, Vasudhara, I think he was so supportive in the entire process, in the seamless process and so on. Today we have representatives from Laurus Labs. The 4 of them actually, the delegates came to visit some of our halls today. We request all Laurus Lab team to be here. We just want to felicitate them. Give them a big hand. All of them are environmental analysts. That is the kind of connection.
How long have you worked in that?
Recently joined.
Okay. And you were what? What do you do there? Okay.
All sustainability analysts. So they are actually very connected to the conference because their core job is sustainability. So I request Sadhan Ghosh that please felicitate our delegates.
Sir,
Do it, please. We thank large labs in this contest. I think we are going to facilitate many of our talks as well. Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
Please.
All four of you join. I think it's a team sustainability. Right.
And we have a plate also for the sponsors.
So we are going to send it to Satyanarayana directly this week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can see the image number O. It has been shown that the leachate from the waste plant directly goes to the Ganga river water, which can harm the aquatic life as well as human beings, because Ganga is considered as a holy river and people used to bath there, also drink that water. This is a proposed framework. A systematic approach has been proposed at generation, collection, transportation, processing stage. By availing and inspiring households to waste minimization, at-source segregation, pit composting at home, in society building, small factories, with the help of ward committees and Swachhta booths at ward level.
But like the smaller the size of the product, the higher the cost. So we do also, I mean, because it's about the integrated sustainability, that's why I'm asking
Yes,
about
yes.
this. And we also think about giving the quality at a low price, which attracts more consumers, and then also having quality inside the product gives an assurance to the consumer. So did it also be, I mean, is this point taken into your study as a consideration?
So previously when I was doing a project report on the Britannia, I have told somebody that the bottle size is around 30 ml. So and the quality is not even, the quality is top notch when it compared to the other competitors. And even the, like everybody gives artificial coloring, but Britannia uses a healthy way of making their products. And they are giving it milkshakes, not in milkshakes, they are giving it thick shakes, which is a different form of product when compared to Heritage or Vishaka Dairy. So the quality is in top notch, but the pricing is a level bit up. But there is a market, as I have said, 83% of the consumers are wanting that. So there is definitely a market, there is definitely a position to tap into the market so that it will increase. Yes, there will be a pain point, as you have said, that giving a top-notch quality and even using sustainable practices may lead to the higher increase in price. But there is a market which can be accessed, but we need to give a correct communication that the product is existing and giving us certain practices will be a
Okay. And my last question would be regarding the energy. You said you're going to use biomass. So, and as a brewery industry, you already have the biomass inside your facility.
Yeah.
Brewing waste.
Yes, sir.
So do you use it for producing energy at the moment, or like where does it go?
So there, it is all in the production cycle of Britannia. They are having biomass plants, and they are in existing position, and they want to increase that to reduce the water consumption.
I just wanted to know that you are saying that sustainability, if the packaging says or something says that the material is sustainable, it is more appealing to the consumer. And 83% of consumers are ready to pay more, if I get it correctly, ready to pay more. See, with a company like Britannia or Amul, so they carry a brand value. If naturally to something I see the Britannia label or the Amul label, I am likely to pick it up. So is it that brand value or is it sustainability? Did you make a comparative study there? The brand has a certain name. The brand carries a weightage.
Yes, ma'am. It has.
Yeah, Britannia, whether it's selling in glass bottle or it is selling in plastic bottle or it is selling in Tetra Pak. If I see Britannia or I see Amul, I am, as a trusted consumer, I will automatically pick it up. Is that Amul brand or Britannia more powerful than sustainability purchasing? Will I check sustainability then when I'm just going by the brand name, right? Did you make a study there?
So if I understand the point, either it is the mindset, or is it the sustainability?
I think it's a demographical mindset there because Amul is having the most northern part of the state. It's covered by Amul.
No, it's not about. I'm giving Amul as an example. I'm giving Amul. It's the brand name. Is the sustainability tag that 83%?
Sustainability tag.
You must.
Taken the beverage brands and sustainability.
I mean, in future, if you do, please take it because the brand carries a certain popularity.
Playing earth with heaps. So the only cost is my technologies per kg price and the general manpower, which is any menial labor is good to go to tackle or manage the operations and maintenance of this process. Lastly, what was your third question, sir?
The per kg sales value of the end product, biomanure.
Okay, all right. Compost is about 4 rupees a kg, the compost that we get from general practices. And vermicompost sells from 20 to 200 rupees per kg.
And first strain was aspergillus because of its global shape in the microscopic observation. Next one is the penicillium, second strain, and next. The third one is the aspergillus species, and the fourth one is this aspergillus species only. And the fifth one is penicillium. And next, coming to the second objective, that is about the biodegradation assay. This is the control, and the next one I have used the strain that is the aspergillus species. After 30 days, I can see the growth in the flask with this strain one. Same analysis. This is before without any treatment. You can see the clear surface without no cracks and pits. After treating with the strain one, that is aspergillus species, I can see the mycelium of the fungal attached to this plastic film, and the spores are attached, and the cracks and pits are absorbed on the surface after treating with the strain.
Localized leaks with inverse problem solving the sensitivity matrix. At last, will validate with on-site inspections and update models. Now, what is model based on machine learning approaches? This use historical data to train algorithms, improving detection accuracy. In this, steps involved are data acquisition and pre-processing, collect and prepare data for analysis, modeling and feature extraction. This says develop models and identify key features for leak detection. Then we have model training and calibration. Train and calibrate the model using historical data. Leak detection and localization. Apply the model to detect and locate leaks. Then we have validation and improvements.
2 minutes.
Now we have.
Excuse me, last 2 minutes, try to complete on time.
Okay, sir. We have domain analysis and frequency domain analysis, and frequency domain analysis assesses pressure data in the frequency domain to identify transient events indicating leaks. Now we'll directly move to the conclusion. This blue line indicates the model based, orange line indicates the software based, and grey line indicates the numerical based.
How do you suggest this if at all somebody has to follow this model? How cost effective it is, first of all? If your pilot is...
Yes. So we have been talking about the methods that have been existing for image recognition in variety of applications. We are talking here about CNNs, that are artificial neural networks. So there are various open source softwares available. If students maybe want to research on it and work on it, there are certain applications they can work on it.
Yeah, after some point, if at all, it has to be built as a model and used as an extensively. Authenticity, because open source is good, but after some point, we need some authenticity also. So I think these are points maybe you can consider, if at all, to be suggested this as a better model for a bigger audiences, isn't it?
In terms of the environmental impact, here I've listed down production, disposal in two categories. One is the best case scenario. So in that case, we assume that okay, if plastic is recyclable, then all the plastic that is being put into the market is getting recycled. However, we have to be realistic. So therefore, I've also considered and can be used in biogas, etc. So in the best case, the disposal is also, the impact during disposal is also low. However, in India, where we see that source segregation of waste is not practiced.
So in many, like if there should be an option like customer goes to the store, tries it, and if she likes the apparel, she is ordering it online. Then having chatbots where customer herself generate like what type of cloth or apparel she wants, what color, how should it. Then if we like it, we can order it from him. The same thing we can do for apparel also. And some minor wear and tear videos and pictures should be given by the company itself. Like if a button is out, how to tuck the button, how to adjust some small settings. This will also help to reduce reverse loss.
Let's see the next material, base tires. The base tires are threaded from the passenger car tires, and we can see here this can be applied for tire durability fuel.
For joining this session and in the meeting room. I don't know if any question is going to be raised to any of us or as a general question. So
yes, hello, Ruben. Can you hear me?
If you're talking, we are not.
Hold on, sir, 1 minute. It's muted, now it's unmuted. You can speak. Yeah, please.
Yeah, now it's.
Hi, Ruben.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Hi.
Hi. How is life in Spain? Barcelona?
Yeah, it's good. Thank you, Sadhan.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm very happy that all the presenters could make the presentation. And you know that Ruben Chain has a research project with us. For last 4 or 5 years we are working together in the European Union project. And these two ladies and gentlemen are very active in Barcelona. And I visited their lab. They are doing a lot of work. And I believe the friends from Switzerland and yeah, can you just introduce, because I did not meet them. Chen, can you introduce themselves? Please introduce yourself. That's better. I am Professor Ghosh from India.
Hello, Professor. My name is Dr. Vignesh Chanandaman. I work with French partners at IconSWM-CE. I head their Indian subsidiary, and one of my colleagues, Dr. Daniel Shani, is part of the LEAD program.
Great. Next.
Yeah. And I'm Jan Landers. Nice to be here. I work for the Research Institute of Organic Agriculture in the area of sustainability assessments.
You're in which country?
We're based in Switzerland. We're based in Switzerland, but there are also other institutes in France, Germany, Austria, Brussels, Belgium. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how far your research project progressed? When did you start it?
So the one I'm also part of Relief, which obviously just started, and the one I was presenting is about to finish middle of next year. Yeah.
Great.
So we are close to finishing.
Okay. Great. You are from which country?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Excellent. And then our other friend, Helen?
Yeah, my name is Hasler Iglesias. I work for the Technology Center on Environment and Energy in Murcia, southeast Spain. And yeah, we're working a lot with projects about sustainable agriculture, wastewater treatment, energy efficiency, circular economy as well. So a lot of things.
Great. So you are from which country?
I was born in Venezuela, South America.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
Great. And what's about the first person? Yeah, you are from which country?
Actually based out of India. So
you look like Indian.
I moved back to India from France in 2020.
Great, great. Okay. I'm very happy that we could provide you the space for presenting your research output. And I wish you will have a very successful and valuable research output in this project. So, thank you very much. And you can go ahead with your session, please.
Thank you for attending and also thank my colleagues for joining and hope to collaborate in future workshops, sessions or anything.
There. Yeah. But you know that next year this conference will be held in Dehradun. It's near to the capital of India, Delhi. And that will be also during November this time. Okay. So I wish that next time we are not to see you virtually, but we can meet personally and make us shake hands. Right? So try. Yeah.
We'll try.
Sure.
We'll try.
Sure. In our conference, we have Icon Excellence Award. Tomorrow we will be giving that Icon Excellence Award for Coprocessing. That is the cement plant. We have already completed our assessment in last 1.5 months, and then the results came. Around 42 awards will be given tomorrow. Whoever will come physically, otherwise will send. Similarly, for this around say 590 papers were presented. Presentation was more maybe, like AIL was there, but AIL is only for lecture who has not submitted the abstract. So we will consider only those papers who have submitted the abstract, right? That means around say 580 to 600. Whoever submitted but not presented, we are not considering them. So that's why we told that you tick and write down the name of the presenters, and possibly you have that. So in your session, whoever presented, okay, that already we got it. So in that way, it was instructed to all of you that ask the chair and co-chair to rate the papers. Okay. Now I like to request you. We may take your feedback, we may not consider your feedback, but I like to know or hear from you about your feedback on the paper. Like for you were the hall managers. Throughout the 3 days, you are permanent management team of that particular hall. As of now, whatever you have seen, like give us some idea about that how was the presentation, how was the quality of the presentation, how was the quality of the content of the presentations and other things. But I know that in some of the halls, in absence of the chair, you have to chair but you did not understand much of the content of that particular year. Forget that. So whatever, because you have a minimum intellect. Okay. So in that way, with that, whatever be the area of the concern, like say, you may not know the content, but you will know the style of presentation, the style, the quality of the slides, and the QA. So these things you will know. On the basis of that, you have rated also. Now we like to get the idea of each of the halls, that what was the quality of the paper, and do you think that this is the best in our whole session or maybe whole day, like that. So who will start from?
Most of the presentation in our hall was a good presentation, but maximum are online.
No problem. Online, offline, we are not differentiating. Okay. Everything is same.
So most of the papers were of good quality, were presented in the hall, and they were Maximum are from the outside and few were from India.
Okay. So each of the hall managers talk to your partner, whoever was there. You identified one best paper of your hall.
No, there is. I like to add one thing. There was a problem with that. The chairs were the presenter in the halls.
Forget it. For that presentation, you forget that. Or say she has a presentation and you are also there. So for that particular paper, if you think that it was really excellent, then put that. And look, if I present my paper, if it is excellent, then I know. If it is dull, then also I know. So we have to, keep trust on that particular person. I keep trust on all of them. And accordingly, you just assess one paper from each hall.
Sir, amongst all the 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the 3 days you identify 2 papers.
Okay, 2 papers.
2 papers you identify. And maybe in next 10 minutes you have to give that.
No, tomorrow also
we don't have. Forget about tomorrow. I am not considering tomorrow now because you don't know that. Tomorrow again we will take somewhere. For today and yesterday, we are considering today and yesterday because tomorrow what will happen we don't know. Maybe nobody is turning up. Right? So please, you both of you are there? Okay. Take together, go there and identify 2. Please go to the office.
We have to get the evaluation sheet. Yeah, it's not possible because we have presented. We haven't been presented. We don't remember that. So the evaluation
No,
sheet.
but seeing the list, will you be able to?
Can we give it tomorrow?
We don't have a list also.
अच्छा ठीक है. Tomorrow or it's very difficult to give the list back.
Right.
Okay, because we are working on that. So by seeing the list of the papers in your session, can you not identify that this is the best out of those? Okay, however, who cannot do it, send it tomorrow. But who can do it, send it tonight. Yeah, your session.
Hall 1, we are lucky to have yesterday one special session. So that is completely by USA. So
Night.
it's taken night. That was really good. And today also we have a special session from African paintings. That was also going good. The others we have a mix of online and offline. 1-2 papers are not actually relevant. That is identified by the chair. And today the chair also questioned that how is your paper relevant to the conference theme. That's the one thing we want to give.
Okay,
The
just
others
one
are
minute.
good.
Just 1 minute. I was there during the African session, Nigeria.
Yes.
The last paper I was there, it is not relevant to our conference. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know about other. Lasode's paper was, I don't know.
Other 2 are relevant, sir. I was
Also really good.
Other 2 are
So,
relevant.
if you feel that you can do it, then no point of coming here and telling. That you understood. Accordingly you send.
Yes.
Okay, 2. Alright.
We'll send you the
Are today you are the partner, no? Both are very efficient partner. You sit there for 10 minutes and send it. Have the least.
Which is the IKW. It's not by telling energy consumption. It is the fund of further any it like split AC for a chiller everything IKW. This IKW. Next slide. This is the predictive maintenance tools I'm given, vibration analysis, oil. It's some technical part. Thermotechnical. This the tools you have to use. You have to make the machines with the sustainability area. Depends upon the machine models. It will be different energy consumption. Definitely it will be the 15 to 20% savings will be there through predictive maintenance with cost savings. Next slide.
It is a chi-square value, it's 0.995. Then limit, we have also calculated the detection limit by using this equation. We got 0.68 micromolar. This is a high sensitive detection for only Fe plus ions, various metal ions presenting. And thank you.
Dividing this up. Okay. So the topic of my presentation is green synthesis of silver nanoparticles. It has wide variety of applications in biomedicine, And to obtain the nanoparticles, there are two important aspects. One is top-down method and bottom-up methods in order to synthesize. Yes. Thank you.
Can we have group photos?
But below that, that's a real box.
So once we move below 3 meters to 6 meters,
That's a real box. The box state which has 40% plus 8. Is a process mining, refining, mining, and then this process A2O3, the aluminum and oxygen are 60%.
Yes. So I am Dr. C.L. Venkatrao. I am a medical doctor. So I have a question.
Yes.
That using the aluminum utensils in domestic use, including the cooker, now the rice cooker, as most of the rice cookers have aluminum container.
Yes, sir.
So there is an apprehension, there are some studies that aluminum particles are getting released in the process of heating and cooking. So there is a strong advice that we should avoid the aluminum in household use.
Right.
What's your comment?
So let me share you when the time given to answer this question will be too short because we start talking by evening and finish it. Right? Let me tell you, it's a very strong lobby, steel lobby which is working in this. Aluminium never is not a poisonous to human body. Let me tell you, the permissible amount of aluminum to be ingested was 1 mg per kg. Right? Now WHO has increased 1 mg per kg to 2 mg per kg of the body weight. Number one. What happens when we are see the utensils, most of the utensils come from the recycling route. When you recycle, there are good chances of other contaminants coming into the aluminum. Right? But let me tell you, this happens only with 20% of recycling. Otherwise, the recycling process is perfect. So in that process, what they get, you can get heavy metals in the utensil, because that is the easiest way to convert the molten aluminum into some products. So recycling of aluminum is being there from 1940 onwards, right? So if they get into the utensils, yes, those heavy metals can affect your health. But it all depends. Now we have a project with company, with the NGO by name Pure Earth. And let me tell you, there is no study. We are doing, first time we are doing a study with the help of Government of India and Pure Earth USA, trying to find out whether this particular contaminants, aluminum we are not worried about the heavy metals, whether they get leached in the food prepared or not. So I'm there from last 30 years, there is no certain study which proves that. And in fact, most of the medicines what you take are having aluminum in that. So digestion wala, it's only that jealousy. It has L2O3.
Now there is a suggestion to avoid the aluminum foil for packing also.
That's not
They are
right.
suggesting the polyester and other things. Now they are trying to avoid, the companies are avoiding the earlier days. All used to be aluminum packing. Now we hardly find anything in US. They don't do packing, they put it in bottles.
So
all the US medicines are in bottles of 100, 50, 30 like that.
I can give you one example from US itself. A few years ago, I was in a conference in Pittsburgh. It's a place where Alcoa has started. Alcoa is a aluminum company of America. So they have supplied water bottles in 50% recycled aluminum water bottles. So So there. So that's what.
2 months back I was in Japan. They provide water in only aluminum bottles. Only aluminum bottles. All the research institute wherever we went, and I carried few of them just to show them. I carried liquor from. Sorry for that, and it was in aluminum bottle.
Now why not we do a study with ICMR, Permanent Institute, National Institute of Nutrition, which is a permanent body in Hyderabad, NIN, National Institute of Nutrition, is a permanent body of ICMR.
Aluminum is not bad for the body.
Because this is a broadly spread concept through media, print and electronic media.
Yes, my wife was doing all the aluminum.
No. The other day when I wanted to buy these aluminum utensils for a school, they said not to.
Just extending sir's question. So same thing I read somewhere. I changed all my aluminum to hard anodized and steel.
No, please change the topic.
My question is different. Are hard anodized aluminum like better than that one?
Yes,
or it's like there should not be any debate hard anodized versus aluminum?
It's much better, definitely much better. But still, the leaching of those things have to be looked into. That's not true. Admittedly, that's all.
Right. Yeah. So I think we can conclude this talk here because we have another talk now.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir. And we want to make an announcement. Of course, it is going to come. Yesterday we had an MOU. GITAM had an MOU with the JNRDC to work on all these concepts, and actively our faculty, students, and JNRDC will come together, work together. And we have already started our circular economy concept, taking inspiration of your conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I invite all of you to our institute.
Yeah. So I think
Excellent presentation. Before that, I want to say something. You know that I was very much impressed with whatever I have seen after coming. Because there are a lot of inputs. In half an hour or 45 minutes regarding aluminium, you will not get the insight of it. But there are a number of areas where you can explore your research possibilities. Number one, red mud utilization. If you go to Orissa, Endalo, you will find hundreds of millions of the heap of this kg of red mud is wasted, but somehow it can be used. Where are the results? Where are the research? So please concentrate on, if you are interested, this is one of the area of research you will get immediately funding, either from aluminium industry or from the government. Second thing which I like to share with you, that you know that we are propagating the concept that circular economy. Waste management. Waste management, whenever anybody says waste management, % of the metal is recyclable. So don't throw it away. Anywhere, if you get the wasted metal, please hand over to the recyclers, either at a cost or at social. Yeah. You will get a cost, you will get a price for that. And metal recycling in India is a huge business today and in next 10 years. And we can think of $1 trillion business, metal recycling. So please concentrate your mind onto the research on metal recycling and this aluminium, what Dr. Ognihatri says, it is really eye-opener for everybody. A lot of scopes, not only red mud, there are spent pot, there are many other things, and which can be utilized properly if you can take care of that. So with this, I must thank once again Dr. Ognihatri for his valuable and inspiring.
The next session is about the aqua flow. They are the ones who are actually kind of treating our household water waste, right? Today, if you look at the statistics side, more than 40% of the household water waste is not properly treated, right? If this rate continues, probably by in next 6 years, I think more than 4 billion population would be at high risk, right? And the opportunity wise, more than 350 billion metric tons of water can be potentially put into the mainstream pure water, right? I think that is a potential, but the reality is only less than 40% I think is properly treated, and more than that it is not done. So to do this kind of activity, it requires a bigger strength. I think other day we have talked about the Nagaraj Garu as a rainwater treatment. Now they're actually treating the wastewater treatment, right? I think this is what we are. The IPLA Pro is the company which is actually treating in Vizag and Guntur. They have their plant here right in the Vizag. And this is the only company in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana doing this kind of work. And probably I think if you listen to their story, right, there's a one good work they are doing, and all the way from Ahmedabad, Mr. Praveen has arrived here to just to present their work. Please.
Thank you. Yeah, first of all, good afternoon to all. Today we are describing the leachate treatment. That is basically sustainable of the waste management system. In that, municipal solid waste is very important. In that, municipal solid waste is converted to the power generation. In that scenario, in municipal solid waste, in that leachate will generate. Actually, what is the leachate and what is the nature of the leachate, and then what is the quality of the leachate? Why leachate to be treated, and each and everything I will show you. Like that in south area and north area, it depends on the environmental condition, what they are taking food and these things based on that quality. This is the properties of the leachate. There are four major group of pollutions in that. In that major is organic substances, inorganic substances, heavy metals, and xenobiotic organic compounds. These are major all four contaminants in that leachate. The concentration of leachate parameters may change with the age of leachate. This is also very important in leachate. Suppose young leachate means 0 to 5 years, it will consider as a young leachate. That 5 to 10 years, the intermediate, and mature level 10 to 12 years, the final maturations.
The number one is fixing the roads and managing public facilities. This effort comes from financial contribution from local people, like this for its system to perform its function, including the presence of committee. So they create a committee for fixing the road and managing public facilities, like in the photos about water source management, because the condition they have like manifest concept or desired function is refers to the good condition. The residents easily find that concept, which is their dependence of on the management of
business growth and sustainable development. This is achieved through the co-processing of waste in 7 years, leading to conservation of the natural resources like limestone, coal, whatever we are using by utilizing AFR. So our footprint in India, we having right now 20 integrated cement plant and 20 grinding units, but right now with 7 pre-processing facility and 13 co-processing facility, we are operating where we are consuming AFR. We had consumed more than 17 lakh tons of waste in 23-24 across all the 20 facilities. Partnered with more than 50 plus municipal corporations and remediated more than 10 dump sites.
Our pre-processing and co-processing facility with a setup and investment of more than 50 crores. The plant installed co-processing in August 2023 and pre-processing in November 2023. Marwamura had scaled up TSR from 5% to 21%.
And co-processing is becoming popular day by day. Yes. On the other hand, the quality of waste, that is also a challenge, yes, concern for the cement plants. So, your opinion, What is the fate of co-processing in our country? Because you know that we started, it's nearly 1 decade. While the same type of material are used by European countries, and maybe some of the countries they are achieving TSR quite a high. But we were at just near to double digit, and now some of the plants they have reached maybe say 10 to 25, but taking some time. So in that perspective, I like to know from you experts that what is the fate of co-processing in our country?
Sir, this is very much correlated to the policies and the back-end job. So back-end job is a major of chunk is coming from MSW. So co-processing's fate remains attached to the MSW processing. Right now, what has happened in last 5 years? Last 5 years, cement industry being rich has made huge investments and has increased their appetite to eat waste. Parallelly, the same has not been done on the processing side. It has an adverse effect also. Now the supply-demand graph has changed. So this side is not developing, this side has developed. Another shortcoming is that this side, where people were worried about waste, now people have started thinking differently. Municipal corporation doesn't want to invest, doesn't want to pay for it. People are filing tenders for 250 rupees for processing, which is not possible. So, as we have been advocating that all the tenders, all the projects of municipal waste processing should have minimum common basic machinery equipment. As we did in hazardous waste, the pre-processing of cement plant pre-processing should have all these equipments, mandatory equipment. So all these pre-processing sites at MSW should also have mandatory equipments.
Million calorie cost is little higher side. So now we are using 100% pit coke with PFR. So it is a little tough for us and we are facing a lot of operation issues. Unless otherwise you don't use pit coke, our cost of production going high. And one more thing, sir, we have to work out. Right now we are getting material from pre-process somewhere around RDF 2,100 rupees. 2,100 rupees per ton. Where you see the thermal cost, sir, around 1,050 rupees per million kilocalorie. Okay, sir. Other side, our specific heat consumption also drastically increasing. Last year 697, but this year 725. So that in future now, sir, definitely cost comparison will come, sir. So management look after how to reduce the cost. So that to survive in this situation, definitely we have to get the quality of source at a lesser price. So that only it will be survive further.
Anybody else? Yes, sir. I just want to add with sir. I totally agree with him because when we talk about the demand and supply, then unless that balance is not there, then definitely malpractices will be there. So demand is there for cement kilns. Definitely AFR is required. We are installing so much huge. This investment is going on, but still that the processing part of pre-processing part is very weak over here in India, and we dump everything at one side. We don't segregate. It will not start from our home itself, and then later it is go again. Everything get mixed. Then the siliceous materials will used to come with the RDF, and if we go for separate at our end, then definitely we are going to dispose the waste, and with the waste we are generating another waste. Like if we are going to segregate the siliceous part, the inert part of the RDF, then the inert part will be again the challenge to dispose. So then we need to think on that way that the waste which we are utilizing at cement industry should get the pure form of RDF. It should not have any inert material in that.
But what has to be done for that?
For that, government side definitely, or any initiative from private public partnership, any kind of initiation should be there to segregate that inert part at their municipal site itself. Because that will be again challenge to dispose of that inert material for cement plant. and additional cost is there. Definitely, nobody like he said, we can focus only for the we cannot focus for the heat SHC. We cannot focus. Definitely, it has to focus. We are meant to produce cement. We are not meant to produce dispose waste. Yes. So definitely, whoever is invested there, they need to pay back. They need to focus on the cost part. Of course, that should be cost viability should be there. Then only we can survive. That's what.
It's all right. I believe that there are many points. Okay. Just one minute. What I request you, because we cannot lengthen this discussion, so I request maybe you are from GITAM? Huh? Okay, GK election. So you are the youngest here. Please take the feedback of all and make some 10-12 points out of this. That what should be the role of the government to enhance the co-processing? What should be the role for the cement plants? And what should be the role for any other stakeholders? So that this we can send to the competent authority out of this conference, and we will read it in our valedictory session. So in that way, can you do that?
Yeah.
Take the feedback from them and just write some 8 to 10 points, whatever is coming. Government role. Sure. Take no problem. So that it is very crispy and it is effective. Okay. Please. You are the input.
Okay. Just one point. We shall stop comparing our system from European system. We are absolutely different. There they make money out of waste disposal. We don't make money out of waste disposal, especially in RDF case. So first thing first, we should stop comparing. We have different waste. We have different commercials.
I little differently with you. Look, we have been working only on 5%, 6%, 7% TSR for quite a long time. But in last 2 years, there are plants who are achieving more than 10, 20, even you were saying that 25%. So that means, not comparing with any European countries, these are all achievable for us.
And I'm not talking about that part, sir. I'm talking about when he was saying that European countries are putting they're not worried about their cost of heat and thermal energy and all, because they're getting paid to compensate. We don't get paid to compensate those losses. There, I'm saying, don't compare that factor.
Taking the learning from them, from our, please let us put some points together so that we can take the outcome of this particular session.
Professor, I have a point. Major concern is chloride and sulfur, that is leading to build-up and creator, and that is leading to stoppage of the plant. Some of the plants having chlorine bypass system. Now another problem is where to dispose that chlorine material. That is the big question.
No, that is not a problem. You can dispose of chlorine.
Where to? Because we are not accepting chlorine. Which industry that material will take?
Actually, there are technologies for washing those blankets.
You can connect with me. I will tell you how to dispose that. It is very easy. It is not difficult. That's not a big challenge to dispose that.
Okay, good. Discuss this separately. Palash, you had some questions.
Just an extension of this, I think the last two slides from Adani was very good, because that's what I also wanted to ask, and what Professor Ghosh said. I think you will get a lot of information from those two slides, that as at least what I could see. Just an extension of the discussion, like of course there is a huge impetus for putting up, let's say we always hear about putting up 100 waste to energy plants. Of course we have 10, 12 operating now. So I just wanted to understand, how does the cement industry see that as a threat? And we talk about a level playing field between waste to energy and other thermal treatment. So what are we actually talking about? What are the parameters of such a level playing field? And what kind of subsidies cement industry expect the government to extend? If you have any thoughts on that.
I will answer. But I am not threatened by waste to energy plants. Specifically why? If waste to energy plant is successful after certain quantum, and those quantums are generated in big cities, and cement plants are nowhere near to the big cities. So we will always have material availability with us, because we are not aggregating materials from the big cities. Like from Mumbai we take certain material, but with that it is pre-processed material which we can feed directly. If I have to take SCF from Mumbai, bring it to my plant, then process it and feed it, it doesn't work. So these waste to energy plants will come only in very large cities. And most of the cement plants should not focus the way for the source of material from large cities. We have to develop small locations to get a regular material with a good quality material and a long-term perspective. Because large cities has a limited either biomining sites or fresh waste coming in. So fresh waste is definitely going to go into waste to energy plants because there is a mass burning. They don't have to process it, they can do it. But entire quantity still cannot be done like in Hyderabad. They get 8,000 tons of fresh waste. Only 1,500 or 1,600 odd tons is going into waste to energy. So there is a need to either put another waste to energy plant or there is still quantum available from that which can go to cement industry. There is enough waste available, it needs to be processed for everybody to utilize. So the challenge is in processing, and there we need a lot of investments. People today are cutting corners. Even government has given a policy, they don't want to invest. Their worry is somewhere failing in the law, cement plants are disposing it, so it's less of worry. So we have to go and knock their doors that please invest here as well. Put certain criteria, put certain logics, certain rules.
You should have
I will come. I'll go to.
So basically, Adani had applied for 3 plants, Marwar, then Jamul and Darlagat. And so what we would like to request is to receive, 1% to receive for each plant. So that it becomes easy and also reflects properly, right? So first I think we'll come to Marwar. So Marwar will be received by Mr. Chetan, right? So Marwar has received 3 specific awards. First is the highest TSR growth rate, which is Platinum Award. And then it has received the highest plastic waste and RDF co-processing award, and then it has received the highest growth rate in co-processing of plastic waste RDF, which is diamond.
Diamond or platinum?
No, this diamond. Okay. So 1 platinum, 1 gold, and 1 diamond. So I request Professor Ghosh to felicitate.
Sorry.